Good morning, my beautiful, badass CRM friends, Go High Level friends. And I say CRM friends because what I'm about to talk about actually applies across other CRMs. This is not strictly a Go High Level concept. If you understand this concept, whatever CRM you're working in, you'll have a much deeper understanding and a much deeper respect of how data works and of what's coming in the future, specifically for Go High Level in this case. So my day to day, my goal today is to talk about custom objects in Go High Level, which are a upcoming feature, and how they work, and maybe just some very basics of data design. And the reason I want to cover some of the basics is because if and when this feature comes out, it's going to get complicated really fast. And as somebody who has just decades of experience in data management and schema design and custom object work, this needs to be, I need to cover the simple stuff first before we get into the deep stuff. Now, a couple of things here. First of all, I run a marketing agency at stopdoingnothing.com. We do advanced design, advanced automations, advanced, lead generation concepts. So if you ever have any video ideas specifically, or you want more information about a topic, hit us up, text us at 405 217 4752. That's the first thing I wanted to say right there. Second thing, like I said just briefly there, if you ever have any other video ideas, please get them over to me. I want to help you, and obviously, hey, help a brother out. I want to generate more content. Okay, please get those over to me so I can build those for you. We've got some really smart people in the Go High Level community. I am riding their coattails and hopefully lifting the other Patrick, the Patrick from last week who didn't know as much, on my shoulders. Something else also, I want to put a disclaimer in here. Number one, I do not work for Go High Level, okay? I have no special insight into what's going on inside the development team. I am not in any special meetings. I haven't seen a development roadmap on this. This is what we were just finishing up the first quarter of 2024. I have no idea when this is going to be released, but I have told it is being worked on and it will be released. And confession, I have been told I am on the beta team for this. So I've had some calls with Go High Level giving my use cases. I'm in a Slack channel, a beta Slack channel about this. And so when it starts rolling out like an alpha mode and beta mode, I'm crossing my fingers that I will get early access to it and I'll be able to do more demo videos like this for you, showing the practical application of this, okay? Again, I don't work for Go High Level. I have no idea what's going on with this. I'm just a guy who's been in technology and CRM management for decades. And if they follow database best practices, they're going to implement this like every other tool on the market, like every other CRM, like Ontraport, who, by the way, implemented it beautifully. What's the other one? Oh, HubSpot, who implemented it poorly, in my opinion, because I've tried to use their custom objects. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, let's start off in the basics, okay? If you're somebody who has decades of database design like me, feel free to skip forward. I'll put the section markers on the bottom, but this video is geared for the beginners and the intermediates also, okay? To understand, number one, how this works, number two, what you'll be able to do with it, and also to understand that it gets complex really fast. Kudos to the developers that have to put this out because it is a complicated topic from the back end. Okay, enough of this, gamers. Let's get into work. Coffee time. You can have results or excuses. You can't have both. Coffee and motivation, baby. No tie-in. I just like their stuff. There we go. Okay, in front of you, I have a Google drawing up, and I have the very basic objective inside of Go High Level. And by the way, this is the basic object of most CRMs, is the contact, right? We're worried about leads, we're worried about customers. And so clients, contacts, clients is what I'd actually love to call it. I like the wording of clients, but we'll go with contacts. So you log into Go High Level every single day, and you have a list of contacts. And by the way, while let me just do something real quick, so I can actually show us an example inside of Go High Level of some of this stuff. So I'm gonna pull up my training instance so we can take a look at some things that how they apply in custom objects over to the actual tool. Okay, there's my training instance right there. Okay, back here. So, every single day you wake up, you go inside Go Level, you got your list of contacts right here, right? List of contacts, easy stuff, just like a spreadsheet, right? First name, last name, phone, email created, okay? All this behind the scenes someplace is in a table data of some sort. It may be a database, it may be a flat file. I don't know the tech architecture, but someplace behind the scenes, you have a contact object with a bunch of fields. And then when you drill down into a contact, we'll pick this one right here. It's a good looking guy right here. You've got all these custom fields. And then you start to come down here and you see, oh, well, goodness gracious, I've got automation and opportunities and tags. Well, goodness gracious, those are other custom objects inside of GoHighLevel, right? So if you start to draw out how GoHighLevel works, you have, let's come over here. And by the way, I purposely did want to build this right in front of you so you can see exactly how it works. So we'll copy that and we'll come over here and you've got tags, right? And then we know that in the world of database design, these two things are connected. So, an object can have tags, right? And then, a contact can have tags, right? And then, you come over here, let's go back to here and take a look. And so we've got some automations here. Okay, cool. Let's come over here and add in our automations. And trust me, I won't get too deep into this, but I did want you to just understand the basics of how this works inside of GoHighLevel. So let's make sure things are aligned. For those of you who are those of you ADD types, right there. Okay, and then we've got tags. Excuse me. We've got what did I say? Think here, Patrick, before you do this. We've got what do we have over here? We've got workflows in the past, right? So we've got workflows over here. Okay, and as you can understand, I could sit here for probably hours and sit here and draw the relationships of the data inside of GoHighLevel. But we're just going to use these two for example. Now, you think if you draw out a database diagram like this, it would be pretty simple. It gets complicated really fast. And why is that? That is because a contact doesn't just have one tag, and a contact doesn't just have one workflow. It has many, okay? And when you have many things that have to be related to many other things, the diagram isn't as simple as this, okay? And for my advanced database buddies, you know where I'm going with this, right? When things get really complicated and many relationships can exist, you can't just imagine a simple diagram like this. Okay, come here. I'm not the best at Google Drawings. Bear with me, okay? I'm going to space these out a little bit to give us a little bit of space because Patrick is a horrible artist and he needs the space to work with. And trust me, I'm going someplace with this when it comes to custom objects. So you can't just have a simple diagram like this, right? You have to have something that a contact does not have like a bunch of tag information in it, and a tag does not have a bunch of contact information in it. In the world of database design, by the way, this is called a schema in the world of database design, okay? In the world of database design, when you have many things that have to be related to another object, and there could be many relationships to them, you have to have something that kind of joins these two and maintains all those relationships. It says, these contacts on the left-hand column have these tags in the right-hand column. And again, I'm assuming this is how GoHighLevel does it behind the scenes. So when you have something like that, you actually have to have something that kind of joins, and that's the literal database term, that joins these things right here. So I'm going to call this a join table, okay? I'm going to call this a join table. And what you have to do is, because you don't relate contacts directly to tags, you relate contacts, okay, where's my little arrow drawing, my thingy bob? You have to relate many contacts like this, okay? You have to relate many contacts to the join table, and the join table reconnects all those relationships over here to the many tags. So imagine this relationship inside of GoHighLevel, okay? All the things we have here, whether it's automations, whether it's tags, whether it's payments and documents and invoices and orders, we have a lot of custom objects here, and contacts can have many documents. They can have many orders. They can have many invoices. They can have many subscriptions. And my whole point of this is this gets complicated really fast. So we have a really great tool here that allows us to do amazing things, and the development team behind the scenes is fantastic when it comes to doing all this work for us behind the scenes to design things. This is great. This works for probably let's say 80 to 90% of people. The basic functionality of GoHighLevel and the data we manage works for most people because we are managing leads, we are managing workflows, we are selling courses and products, and that's the basic. That's what the basics of any CRM does. And I've never expected, well, maybe up until about a decade ago, I never expected anything outside of a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, to have more than this, right? Right? And then one day someone came along in the world of CRMs and say, "Hey, this is great, but what if there's other data things we need to manage?" And I'll give you a classic example here. For those of you that may not know, I am a pilot, and I'm not fabricating that. I'm not making it up for dramatic purposes for the video. I am a licensed pilot. Someplace in my wallet, I've got a pilot's license. It says I've got several hours under my belt, a couple of hundred, I think. I'm somewhere in between 200 or 300. I can't remember what it is. Let's say I'm a guy and I'm a billionaire, right? And I want to own a bunch of planes and I want to track those someplace. Now, let's say I've got 3 planes, okay? Um, I want to manage, and I buy and sell planes. Some of you are car people, some of you are boat people, some of you are motorcycle people, and the really cool people are airplane people like me, okay? But let's say all day long, because I love airplanes, I own 3 particular airplanes, but I'm always kind of buying and selling because I love my airplanes, right? There's no place in here, GoHighLevel, for me to manage my list of airplanes in here, okay? Or if I'm somebody who's like a tech support person for a visionary, I don't have a place inside of the tool to manage those. I mean, yeah, I could come into a contact here and I could create some custom fields down here that said airplane 1, airplane 2, airplane 3, and all the information about them. You know, the serial numbers on the parts, the last time the annual happened, the total time on the engine, the last time I did an oil change, the value, when my last insurance payment was. I can maintain all that in custom fields here. However, the better way to do it and the more sophisticated data way to do it is with a custom object. So, oh, wrong one. That one's out. Let's get the good lip stuff right here. Because Patrick's talking 90 miles an hour, right? Let's say I want to maintain not only multiple airplanes, but let's say I have a couple of cars also, okay? I need someplace in here to manage my vehicles of different types. And this is where custom objects comes into play. It can manage vehicles. If you're deploying this for a pet shop owner, it can manage a pet, your contacts or your owners, and then maybe there's multiple pets, and the pets have annual due dates for inoculations and things like that, right? In that particular case, you know what? I need an object over here to manage my airplanes, right? So I'm going to come over here and hopefully with our custom, I'm getting now into what I think is going to happen because what I've seen happen in every other CRM, right? I am going to come over here and I am going to manage my airplanes, right? So I have a custom object called airplanes, and inside of airplanes custom object, I maintain my information about the annual, about the total time on the engine. Let's get our cool little arrow thing here. Okay. And then this becomes a really good tool outside of a CRM. This actually becomes more of just a general database tool. Whoops, how come no one here pointed out I didn't draw my little workflow arrow right here? Okay. Oh, that's right, because I was going to draw the join table down there. Okay, that's right. So let's say I want to manage multiple airplanes, and this is where I would put my custom fields right here, right? The serial number of the plane, all that information I was talking about. But let's say that, like I said, well, I'm not only into airplanes, my family has a couple of cars also. So we don't want to build a custom object called airplanes, right? We would rather build a custom object called vehicles. Vehicles. And in vehicles, then I have a drop down that says what vehicle type is it? Okay, and then the vehicle type can be motorcycle, automotive, plane, I mean, it could be any number of things right there. So this is why custom objects is so darn powerful, is because any kind of database design, any kind of data you want to store that's connected to another data type, whether it's a workflow or a contact or whatever, it becomes very easy to build a drag and drop interface to say, oh, here's my new custom object. It's called a vehicle. Here are the 10 custom fields. And then hopefully the custom object designer will allow us to do things like this. And then the custom object designer also has to help us maintain these relationships right here. These arrows are our database relationships, okay? In this particular case, imagine that a contact doesn't have just one vehicle. It's like a contact doesn't have one tag, and a contact doesn't have one workflow. A contact has many vehicles. So hopefully the GoHighLevel custom object designer will allow us to build the custom objects and define the relationships. Now let's sidestep for a second real quick and understand why the relationships are so important. There are times when there are times when two objects have a one-to-one relationship. I'm showing you here the most complicated kind of relationships. This is a many-to-many relationship, a many-to-many. With this single arrow right here, excuse me, the way I have this defined right now, this is a many-to-one. When there is one contact to one workflow, let's say you said something like a workflow can only be used by a single contact. That would be a one-to-one relationship. Contacts to tags is a one-to-many relationship. Again, an example for this video, okay? This is a many-to-many relationship. So you can have many-to-many relationships, you can have many-to-one relationships, and you can have many-to-one relationships. So you can have the relationships both ways. This one in the upper right-hand corner, the many-to-many relationship, that's the more complicated relationship out there. But my whole point being is that we have a great tool as it is, but once custom objects comes out, the sky is going to be the limit. And like I said, there are other CRMs that have done this beautifully. There are some CRMs who have implemented it horribly. HubSpot, excuse me, bear with me for a second, I'm getting a little parched. HubSpot, in my opinion, the last time I was in there working with custom objects, there was no UI interface in there to do it, okay? You had to make all API calls. You had to make an API call to define the object, to define the relationship, and to define the fields in the custom object, okay? When GoHighLevel, and I'm sure they're going to, when they build a UI for this, an easy web interface, probably over here in settings someplace where you can define the custom objects, the fact that you can come here and build the custom objects just by clicking a plus sign someplace and doing it is going to be amazing. And everyone loves to say this changes that come out. This is a game changer. This is a game changer. I heard a great quote the other day. You know what's a game changer? When you stop using the word game changer. Every feature that comes out inside of GoHighLevel, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying to stop it. Every feature that comes out inside of GoHighLevel is awesome, is amazing. They are not all game changers. They are just additional features on there. I would bet easy money on anybody that this is the game changer object for GoHighLevel. Now, because I mean, think about it. This changes this from a CRM into an overall database management tool, period. This is actually going to elevate GoHighLevel outside the CRM world, above and beyond. So most CRMs in general, the other ones out there in the market, which are really good, they will stick to this schema, this design right here: contacts, tags, workflows, opportunities, things like that. But the CRMs adding custom objects are just going to dominate. And they are going to be more complicated CRMs, which is what keeps me in business because I love building complicated stuff like this for my clients. But this is a true game changer. And I really do not like to use the word game changer. This, my friends, is a game changer. So hopefully this has been useful for you. If you want to give me a little bit of social currency, just do me a favor. go over on YouTube where you're watching this and like and subscribe and share. But I would also like your comments as to whether or not I explain this in a very simple way, too simple for you, or if I went way too complicated for you. Okay. But this is going to be the game changer. Like I said, on the beta team, as soon as I get information and I am allowed to release it, I will be sharing it, and I'll be making more videos like this. But if you're somebody who needs something like this right now in the first quarter of 2024, if it's something that would be nice to have, I would sit around. I would wait for GoHighLevel to build this. This is not here right now. It's not coming. The information I have is it's not coming anytime soon. This is not going to be here in 30 or 60 or 90 days. I have not been told that. But again, I don't have any inside information. But being on the beta team, I would think that I would get some information about when it's ready to start reviewing and, and testing and things like that. But as always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave your comments below because I want to make more instructional videos like this because I want to help you be a better GoHighLevel steward and a better person and a better social media agency. Take care, my beautiful, beautiful, sexy friends, and I will see you on the next video. Night, night.